Did your grandma's roof? Did you go up there? Oh, that's fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Anyone? Leadership meeting? Sounds serious.
Not for us. Baseball.
Oh, that's always fun, isn't it? Sports? Sports are a lot of fun.
Baseball.
Also baseball? Good. So, this morning, I'm a little nervous. Can you guess why? Anyone have a guess? Nobody? Is anyone else nervous? Just shaking in your seats? No? It's one big word. It's procrastination. Does anybody know what that means? Nobody? Keegan.
It means like you have a school project.
Yeah.
You have to do it, but then you do it. You just say, I'm going to do it tomorrow, and you're done.
Exactly. Did everybody hear him? It's like you have something you have to do, like a school project. Your mom says you better do the school project, but what do you rather do than school?
Play baseball.
Play baseball. What else? What's fun stuff we like doing? What's something that nobody has to tell you and you'll do it? Anybody over here? Play with your toys? I know, right? Anyone else?
Play games.
Play games? Huh? Read, that's fun. So that there's things that we like to do. Nobody has to tell us how to play, right? Does your mom have to tell you, you have to go out and ride your bike today? I really need you to ride your bike. She probably doesn't have to tell you. You're already building a ramp and you're jumping your bike, right? Right? No one has to tell you. But other things we have to be told, right? And we like to push them off. And I did that this week. Because you know what happened? Last week in Sunday, I was sitting in the benches and we were done with the songs and I looked at Michelle and I said, oh, I think today is my Sunday school lesson. And I forgot. And because no one got up right away, so I was really worried. But then it wasn't me, so thankfully it wasn't me. But then I looked at my phone and I was like, oh, mine is next week, so I got to prepare. I have a whole week, 7 days to prepare, right? Do you think I prepared on Monday? Tuesday? Well, on Tuesday, I still had 5 days left, so I have 5 days. I have lots of time. What about Wednesday? We have 4 days left. That's still lots of time, right? What about Thursday? Still lots of time. Friday? Lots of time. And then Saturday was really busy, and I had to go to work. And guess what? I woke up this morning, and I said, it's Sunday morning. It's time for children's lesson. And I'm like, oh boy, what do I teach you guys, right? And I thought the best thing to teach you is the lesson I learned. Because procrastination is a really big word, but it's actually, everybody does it. You guys all do it, and all the big people do it, and I do it especially bad. I have to really be careful, otherwise I do it all the time. So I looked in the Bible to try to find a verse that we can read. So whoever has their Bibles, you can go to Proverbs chapter 3. Verse 27. Has anybody got it?
I do.
You can read 27.
Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it.
You can read the next verse too.
Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, and I will give, that when thou hast it by me.
All right, I'm going to read that again, all right? Everybody listen real close. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do so. Don't say to your neighbor, go and come again tomorrow, when you have it with you. You guys understand what that says? If you can do something good, right, you got to do it right away. And if what are some things that we need to do? Like, do we need to obey our parents? Right? Can we say, you know what, Mom, I'll obey you later? Is that a good thing to do? No, right? What's something else we need to do? That's a really good one, right? That's a big one. What's another one? Is there something else? Do we have to, what? Obey God. We can't push that one off, right? We can't tell God, you know what? I'm just going to wait a little bit. I'll wait till tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I'll do it. What's something else? That's a really good one. And your neighbors, who's your neighbors? Who's your neighbor? I'm your neighbor, so you got to love me, right? But your neighbor is also, because what does Jesus say? Who's your neighbor? In the story of the Samaritan, remember that? Because there was a guy who said, who's my neighbor, right? And he said, how does the story go again? Anybody in need is your neighbor, right? Very good. Thanks for helping me out. So it's not just me that's your neighbor, right? It's also all your friends. And God says, love them. And can you say, you know what? Today, my friend is not being very nice to me. So I'm going to not love them today. Can we do that? No, right? And what's something else we have to do?
Love our brothers and sisters.
Exactly, right? Love your brothers and sisters. And there's so many things that our parents teach us that we have to do, right? And some things are not even in the Bible. Some things are they just tell us to do, right? When the Bible says obey your parents, sometimes it's not very fun things, right? Like we have to work and do chores. And it's very easy to say, you know what, I'm going to ride my bike one more time around the house, and then I'll go do it, right? But the Bible says, let's read it together. You two read it, and I'll read it. We'll all read it together, right? Verse 27. Do not withhold good. Oh, boy. It's not going to work, is it? Okay, you guys read it together. Really loud. Everybody listen to them, okay?
Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of that man to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, and when thou hast forgotten.
All right, so what is a lesson we can all learn today? Something that I learned, and hopefully you guys can learn it too. What is the bad word?
Procrastinate.
Let's say it all. Procrastination. It's a big word. Procrastination. That's a bad word because we don't want to be doing that, okay? We don't want to say, you know what, I need to do something. Something even as little as, sometimes you have to tell your mom that you love her, right? I know your mom would really like it if you tell her that. But sometimes we forget, right? And I'll tell it to her later. I'll tell it to her later, Or when she makes you breakfast. How many of you said, thank you, Mom, for breakfast this morning? Nobody. What about if she didn't make breakfast? What about if you got up in the morning, oh, time for breakfast, go get my waffles, and you get to the table and there's nothing? Oh, boy. Ooh, don't say those things. Those are those things you keep to yourself. No. But if some things like that, you have to remember, right? Or to tell your dad that you love him. Or that, we got to remember to do those things and not say, oh, I'll tell him tomorrow. I'll tell him tomorrow. No. Maybe today when you go back to your seats, you can tell your mom and your dad that you love them. Or you say something that you like about them, right? Or something they've done for you that makes you really happy. Because those things are really good to do. And we don't want to push them off. We don't want to just say, oh, we'll do it another time. We'll do it another time, all right? So if you can do it, it says, when you have it with you. So when you can do something and you know it's good to do it, don't say, I'll do it tomorrow, all right? Okay? And I'm also telling myself. So next time, when I remember on Sunday, I'll do it right away, okay? All right, thanks for listening. You guys can all stand up.